What's up, my Moon Tribe? I'm Haley. Welcome back to Moon Tribe Tarot. These are general messages only from now, for April 2020. Take what resonates, leave behind what does not. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, where messages 100% correlate to your storyline because they are specifically for you in mind, you can find all the information how to reach me in the description box down below. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. I have already pulled your 2 cards from the Norman, 3 cards from the manga. So, you got Whip. You got the Ring, you got the High Priestess, the Hierophant, and the Empress. Okay. Starting out with the tarot, we have the Empress represents a situation which, these are all major arcana cards. So this is going to be a pretty large event for you. This is, honestly, looking at this now. Okay. So, the Empress represents a situation in which there is this divine goddess energy. Represent Gaia, Mother Earth. Any kind of woman that is pregnant or bearing fruit would be creative, very nurturing, very rich. She would be mothering. She would know how to treat people. She would know how to harvest love. She would be all fertile, that kind of energy that comes off of her. We have the Hierophant representing higher wisdom, a need for higher wisdom, or it can more traditionally mean a partnership. It also means doing what is right in a social situation, so it can mean having, it basically means conformity in society. So when I get this, I think of going to school, going to work, getting a good job, getting a house, getting a car, having a wife, having kids, having a white picket fence, that kind of thing. The kind of what is allowed in our society, what isn't allowed, that kind of thing. But I more so see this as a wisdom going to people that know the way that things work in their culture, etc. But I also do get this for partnerships and relationships. And the High Priestess represents a situation in which it is divine, feminine intuition, goddess feminine intuition. This would definitely be coming out for somebody that is, if you are male looking at this reading, it is probably going to be committing to this woman. She has a lot of higher knowledge. She is somebody that would probably be into tarot. She is somebody that would be a good, she is somebody that is very, very strong-minded. She has a lot of intuition. She is probably more familiar with the spiritual side of the world and herself than she is, you know, the normal day-to-day kind of societal stuff. But she has a lot of wisdom. It makes her something that she could be very psychic, or she could have a lot of untapped powers, that type of woman. But when I see this in the reading with the Whip and the Broom and the Ring, I kind of feel like there is some sort of, there's definitely an established sense of either authority in this situation, and it's kind of not one of, it's, when I think of a whip, when I think of a broom, I think of religion, I think of remaining on point to society and religion. So I kind of get this as somebody with their power. I don't say that it's brute force, but somebody coming in, controlling the situation, having a lot of power. But also there's a lot of stability in the situation. When I see the symbol of a ring or a circle, to me, I think of like wedding rings, I think of eternity, I think of something that lasts forever, is on a loop. So I honestly, there's 2 ways that I can read this for you. It's either that you are getting committed into a relationship with somebody that is like this, or literally getting married. I can see marriage from these cards, even though I don't 100% see actual marriage in the card definitions themselves. I do think with the Ring, and I do think with the female power and the Hierophant, I do see this as conforming to something. There might be some sort of power, I don't want to say power issue, but you know what, this is something I don't usually do very often. I've been taught to read intuitively for my tarot, but I'm going to say what it means in the deck, because I am struggling right now. Fetal decision and comprehension, feelings, slight misunderstanding, fetal discussion, which are not dangerous for unison. Okay, so I definitely feel like there might be a bit of a power struggle here. I feel like you and this woman, I definitely see commitment to this woman, but I think that you might have a slight problem with the way of how, I know this is going to sound really shitty, but I feel like a lot of you are going to have a problem with how strong she is. I feel like it's something that you believe is supposed to be had only for you if you're a male, that you are supposed to be the one with the power, and her, just the way that she is, the way that she has power over people and just how strong she is, might make you feel like she is a threat. But I definitely feel a lot of you are going to be, you know, not entangled. A lot of you are going to be entering some sort of partnership with this person. But I do see a power struggle. I don't see this as like I don't see like this like being the end of any kind of relationship. But I do see it being a need for leveling out each other's heads. I feel like I don't really want to read this in the sense that you know, there's a power struggle here because you don't want her to be as powerful as she is, and that's not right. Like, do not be controlling of other people, of how they are. If this is just naturally how she is, how powerful she is, who the fuck are you to come in and tell her how to not to be that way? Who are you to tell her to not have her energy like that? And I'm telling you just from experience, if you try to take a woman down that is of that high mindset, who is very, very incredibly smart, it's not going to go over well for you. I see commitment here, but you also have to treat her well. This is for the star sign of... What's up, Scorpio? Treat your woman right, Scorpio. Otherwise, this is pretty good shit, and you definitely have some sort of very strong woman in your life. Definitely a woman, because we got the Empress and the High Priestess. Both are actual females. Alright, Scorpio, take care, heed the advice, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, my Moon Tribe.